This is how to squat. I'm going to show you 3 facing forward and 3 squats sideways so you get an idea of the form and the depth. You can use your hands as a counterbalance or keep it here. And then this is how deep, ideally, it should go. So I want to go over a few things that will be helpful. A lot of people start very narrow and then end up going like this. So the key things to remember is you can go wider. Wider is great because it gets all of this out of the way. Wider stance, see how it's like right outside my hips? And then turn your toes out. I think in media there's this whole preconception of like feet have to be straight on and super narrow. So wider stance allows you to go deeper and gives you more mobility. Turn your toes out. So if it feels like you can't go deep, as soon as you widen your stance, you can. So let me show you from the side. So I widen my stance, I turn my toes out. So if I was too narrow, it'd go like that, right? Because it's hard to balance. Widen the stance, turn the toes out, and I can go like that. So that's tip number 1. I'll make sure wide, feet out. Tip 2, what often happens too in a squat, I'll show you from the side, is people do this. And this is why knees hurt. You don't want your heels to come up and your knees to go forward. Watch how if I have a wide stance, I'm going to sit back into it, and if that feels like it's not stable, just go a little wider. So you have it like that. So if you can't go down that low, it's okay. This is your first time. And so what I highly suggest is we do it from a chair. So if the squat feels unstable or you're not sure about it, this is what you're going to do from going into a seated position. So I'm going to have that same stance, that wideish stance, toes turned out. I'm going to push my butt back to lightly sit down and push into my heels to come up. So this is another version. This is more of a chair squat if the body weight squat is not available to you. So you can put your hands out for a counterbalance, but don't spend too long on the chair because it's all about getting yourself down and quickly getting yourself back up. So that is how to squat.